Hello everyone. In this video we have this nice problem. We have x squared square root of x is equal to square root of x to the power x. And we have to find all the possible solutions to this problem. But before we begin, if you are new here, please consider subscribe and also don't forget to like this video. Thanks a lot for subscribing. Now let's get started. So let's consider the left hand side first. This could also be written as x to the power 2 times x to the power 1/2, okay? Then is equal to, now let's come to this side. This could also be written as x to the power x or to the power 1/2, okay? Now, from this side, since the bases are the same, we can just write one of the bases and then add the exponent. So 2 plus 1/2 is 5 on 2, okay? And this is equal to, now from indices, if you have a to the power m or to the power n, this is the same as a to the power mn, okay? So we can just multiply the exponent. So we have x to the power x on 2, all right? One approach that everybody knows is that if the bases are the same and then we have equal sign between them, then we can easily equate the exponent, okay? So we have 5 to the power 2 is equal to x2, all right? Since we are looking for x, let's cross multiply, okay? So that this becomes 2x is equal to 2 times 5 is 10, all right? Since we are looking for x, let's divide each side by 2, okay? So that this one will cancel this. Now we have x is equal to 10 divided by 2 is 5, okay? So x is equal to 5, all right? Now the question is x equal to 5 the only solution to this problem? Well, the answer is big no, okay? There are other solutions to this problem. So let's deal with that. Now considering this equation over here, we have x to the power 5 on 2 is equal to x to the power x on 2, all right? Now let's go ahead and then divide each side by x to the power x on 2, okay? X to the power x on 2, so that the whole of this one will cancel this, okay? So we have this side to be 1, then the whole of this side could also be written as x to the power 5 on 2 minus x on 2, okay? All right. Now from this equation, we'll be considering a couple of cases where the whole of this side will be equal to this side, okay? And the first case is x is equal to 1. Now you realize that when x is equal to 1, we have the power to be 5 on 2 minus 1 on 2, all right? And this is the same as 4 on 2, which is equal to 2. So if x is equal to 1, then we have 1 to the power 2, which is still 1, okay? So we can say that this side is equal to this side when x is equal to 1, okay? Now another case that we'll be considering is that when x is equal to -1, okay? If x is equal to -1, then the numerator of the exponent should be even, okay? So if x is equal to -1, we have the exponent to be 5 on 2 minus 1 on 2, okay? Now simplifying this, we have the denominator to be 2, then we have 5 minus -1, which is 6, okay? So you can see that the numerator over here is even. Now the third case that we'll be considering is the exponent, okay, should be 0. Now what we mean by this statement is that 5 on 2 minus x on 2 should be 0. And in solving this, you will get x to be 5 because we've done that already from the beginning, okay? You solve for this, you still be getting 5, okay? Right. So in all, we can say that the value of x is equal to -1, 1, and then 5. All right. Now let's test these values and see whether it satisfies the equation x to the power 2 square root of x is equal to square root of x to the power x. Alright, so we are saying that x is equal to -1 is a solution, okay? So plugging x equals -1 into this, we have -1 to the power 2, then square root of -1. And this should be equal to square root of -1 to the power -1. Okay, now from here we have -1 to the power 2 is still 1, then times square root of -1 is I, okay, and this is equal to, now -1 to the power -1 is still -1, then square root of -1, and this is equal to I, okay. So from here 1 times I is equal to I, okay, then we have I over here. So you can see that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So we can say that x equals -1 is a valid solution. Okay, now let's come to x equals 1. Alright, so if x is equal to 1, then from here we have 1 to the power 2 times square root of 1, and this should be equal to square root of 1 to the power 1. 1 to the power 2 is 1 times square root of 1 is also 1, and this is equal to 1 to the power 1 is 1, then square root of 1 is also 1. So at this point, we can say that 1 is equal to 1, and this implies that x equals 1 is also a valid solution to the problem. Now let's go ahead and then test for x is equal to 5, okay? Now if x is equal to 5, then we have the left hand side to be 5 to the power 2, then square root of 5, and this should be equal to the square root of 5 to the power 5, okay? So 5 to the power 2 is 25, then square root of 5 over here, and this should be equal to, now 5 to the power 5 is 3125, okay? Then we have square root over here. Then we still have 25 root 5 at the left hand side, and this should be equal to square root of 3125 is the same as 25 root 5. Okay, so we can see that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So in all, we can conclude that x is equal to -1, 1, and then 5. Okay. I hope you found this video useful. Please give it a thumbs up and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks a lot for watching. See you again on the next video.